What you do, my gente? Your boys coming through once again with a new video. Pray and hope that you're having a wonderful day today. I wish nothing but the best for you and your family. So let's go to this video, man. I just want to tell you guys, lace you up on how those prison yards work. I have seen individuals make a comment in the sense that, oh, I did time on the 50-50 yard. No, my boy, we're not on the early 2000s no more. You know, we're not on the 90s no more. There's no such thing as that. So I want to lace you guys up on the yards. So when you come across these individuals talking about I did time on the 50-50 yard, you already know. Especially for you guys who haven't been in prison and stuff like that, you know, which is a lot of people. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? I think that's the best shit you can ever do, man. Never go to prison. That's stupid, man. That's some stupid ass shit on some real shit. So let's go. So let me explain to you what a 50-50 yard. 50-50 yard were created when there was no S&Y. People were going to a certain yards where they were called no good, due to the fact that there was no big homies or whatever you want to call it was controlling that yard. There was no communication with them, so that yard was just floating, running their own program. Why? Because there was a lot of people who were victimized or couldn't be in certain yards, and instead of just continue to get victimized, they put them on those yards, right? Eventually that flipped into a fucking S&Y yards, and that's how the S&Ys were created, right? So at one point where it was just only a few S&Y PC yards, I mean, they were still fucking 50-50 yards, right? And eventually that population of PC S&Y started going hella high, man. They fucking went off the hook. Right now, I believe there's more S&Ys or PCs than GPs in California, man. Through this politic and I'm assuming that's why now the politics are changing, where in the sense they're like, you know what, you can come back, all you have to do is pay a fee to the casa and to the fucking the metal wherever, right? And I'm assuming that's why, because numbers are being lost hella fast, man. And so to make clear, there's no such thing as 50-50 yards. That shit doesn't exist, man. I heard about it like around 2008, but I don't think there were no 50-50s around that time. Might be wrong, maybe there was one, if that, but who knows, man. But as I can tell you right now, 10 years ago, there's no such thing as 50-50 yards. Straight up, man. So now let's go to the integration yards. How they came up about this, man. Again, California segregated these people and give them a way out from a GP, right? And people started using and abusing that system, right? They're like, I don't give a fuck about this shit. I'll just go to a PCR, SNY or whatever, right? And they continue doing their fucking whole shenanigans on the SNY and the PC, right? So TDC was like, you know what? Let's fucking mix all these motherfuckers, man. Straight up. To clean up the fucking mistake they did many years ago and trying to fucking separate, make a new fucking label on an inmate and stuff like that, you know, SNY. So they're doing this shit with the level 1s and level 2. So right now, as we speak, all level 1s, all fire camps, all level 2s, man, they are integrated. They're not 50-50, because there's a difference with the 50-50. 50-50 meant they were all actives at one point. They were all actives who couldn't program in good yards, but they were all actives, right? They were not pushing politics. Now this yard is actives, PCs, and SNY. So who are you gonna come across in these yards? You're gonna come those actors who don't want to have no issues, who just trying to do their time, who trying to kick it, and you're gonna come across PCs who are actually they're about to go home, Well, there's fucking some chomos right there for sure, snitches, and there's some PCs, SNYs who actually good people who they don't got bad charges or they didn't snitch, you know. So you're gonna come across those individuals. So now, do people check paperwork right there? They don't. Everybody is on their own. They fucking talk to each other. They know who's PC and who's not, you know. And at the end of the day, anyone can be in that prison. Say, "Oh, I'm SNY," or I'm active," you know. And dude, they're not gonna check paperwork. And it's not like it matters. It does not matter because nobody's pushing politics. There's no politics, you know. So of course, your neighbor can be a chomo, a raper. You don't know that, right? You still interact with that individual, and unless the cop tells you, or unless you actually trip in to do your homework or stuff like that, not that everybody's gonna do it because they don't give a fuck. They just want to do their fucking 1 year, 6 months, or a year and a half and go home. Nobody's gonna trip on that shit. Again, how these yards were created, it was people brought from a reception. They were put on those yards because they had those level points, right? Those low level points. They were doing there's small timers. They only had a certain amount of time to do in prison. So they fall into the level 1s, level 2s. So they'll put them right there, and they're active. They'll put them on the SNY yard, and they're active. So according to the laws of the act is you're supposed to get off on 72 hours upon your arrival, right? And people are getting off once they come out the bus or the following day when they go get their laundry. They give you the outs. They will give you the outs. Whether you do it or not, it's up to you. I uploaded a video where I seen a lieutenant giving these people fake 115s where so they can get off and stuff like that, and just say, oh yeah, this guy get off, but he never got off. It was all staged just so it looks good, and they go to a level 3 acting super firme. But people come active. 7 out of 10 people decide to stay in those integration yards, you know. And again, people use this as, oh, it's a 50-50 yard. No, it's not a 50-50 yard. You are, first of all, I don't know if you ever been around a 50 yard, but it's supposed to be an active yard who was basically, there's no politics, you know what I mean? No big homies are running that yard, so there's no such communication with this yard, right? So that's a 50-50 yard. An integration yard, putting actives on an SNY yard, and whoever wants to program, they get to program. So you programming with chomo, with snitches, whatever you want to call it, man. That's who you're programming with, and it's a whole different ball game, man. And I just thought I should just bring this up so I can tell you guys how it is, and so people don't try to use this term. I was doing time on the 50-50 yard. Nah, dude, that shit doesn't exist. That shit out the window, man. So when they tell you they come from the 50-50 yard, most likely those people who went to prison with 3 years, who's gonna do 3 years in prison, they're gonna be on the level 2. They're gonna be on level 1, and those guys are basically gonna be doing time with the SNY, a PC inmate. That's what it is, period, you know. So that's how CDCR is doing it. So don't get fooled by the next man saying that, oh, trying to say that he was a 50-50 yard. Nah, dude, that shit doesn't exist, man. But hopefully you understand a little bit about this. Hopefully you like the video, man. I do send my respetos, my saludos to all of you, man. Till next video.